Steampunk Expandablast, take 39.
You know why I said 39? Because it's Jigglypuff's number. Just saying. What a great way to start a video, because I don't know how to do that, but I do have a special treat to show you today. There's a mythical blaster that I have been enamored with some time. It's one of the first blasters I had ever thrifted that I thought was actually going to be worth something. It turns out it's worth like 20 bucks. So I still have it, but I've always been interested in it because it has a monstrous plunger tube that I don't think enough people have actually done anything with. And that is the Expandablast from the Hypersight line, circa like 1990 something, I'm sure. Is there even a date on this thing? I guess I could have probably looked it up beforehand, but all you need to know is that this is an old Nerf blaster that you load like old school Mega Darts into this thing, and it primes like a Night Finder. But its gimmick, because it has to have one, because old school Nerf, is that when you pull down on the foregrip here, the barrel shoots out, and this stock shoots out. And yeah, it's god-awful, because as you can imagine, this right here is where the plunger tube is. It's a front loader.
A lot of dead space.
A lot of dead space. And that's a shame, because this I don't know if you can get an accurate depict. This whole thing right here is a plunger tube. It's got a skirt seal similar to what like the crossbow had. It's bigger than a Coke can. I would assume there would be monstrous power to get out of this. Granted, it's not the longest spring run. It's okay. Oh god, I'm gonna break it. It's okay. But I've never really seen a whole lot done with one of these things until I met the Nerf curator here. He's got a very, very, near perfect, I would say, Expandablast mod for us. So, if you would please, Squire.
Alright.
Put this back together, right?
1997.
There we go.
So, would you like to?
Oh yeah, no, I'd love to. I like this thing a lot. So I'm just gonna, you can follow me on this one. This is his steampunked Expandablast, and he has utilized not only as much of it as a canvas as he possibly could, but he's done some performance modifications. Now I'm not gonna show them off, because as he said, it has not been lubricated in any way, and has been sitting around for years. So it's not going to shoot all that good, but the potential is there. There is a lot of potential with this blaster, and I know I'm leading up to a lot for nothing, but trust me, this is freaking cool. Now, when you do the same thing with the Expandablast and you bring out the barrel, which you can notice is not the same barrel, well, it does frick all.
Here. It's been, like I said, it's been a while.
It needs lube.
As I said,
So what you do is you lock this into place, push that like normal. Anyways, so what it does is it has, you can see that when you unlock it, it has a expanded breech.
well,
So we just had a little problem because I built this thing by hand, and basically what it does is it's an auto-breach, is what it's supposed to do.
so this is unexpected, and we're still going to roll with it because this is really cool, and you don't get the full effect. So the piece he just took off the front was the locking nub.
Yep.
And, well,
Unfortunately, I built this thing back in 2009, and unfortunately I used hot glue. So,
oh my god, I can't believe it even lasted that long.
yeah.
So what this thing does, as you can kind of see, as I pull this in and let it go, it expands out itself and reveals a brass breech in there, which you can load a dart into. And then you pull it closed, and then you have this up to lock it in place. If it's still down, it won't lock into place. And then, of course, you draw it and fire it. And that blows my mind because it lets you could be sitting here with this thing, you could prime it back, you can shoot it, then you pop that out, pop it back in, load a dart, and slam the barrel down, pull it back, and fire. Probably actually you would fire it, pull that back, pop that back, then shove a dart in there and slam that barrel down. It skips a whole part of the whole reloading process when it comes to any kind of breech-fed blaster. And I have never seen this before. Have you?
No.
Do you want to claim first seas on this thing? Circa
definitely the first.
2009.
And unfortunately, it being so old, like I said, it needs some TLC. But there's another feature. I put a blue laser inside of here, so when it turns on, it shoots a blue laser out. But there's a little reticle at the top here. When the light goes through, it hits the reticle and turns it blue, so you have a little lit up reticle.
Which, unfortunately, as you can see, we're in our undisclosed nerfing bunker, aka Captain Xavier's place, and he's actually ran out of batteries.
Yeah, we're working hard.
This video is poorly planned, but the imagination is still there, and this is what I love about this hobby. I mean, even if we compare both of them side by side, there's a lot of changes here.
That's the third one.
Yeah, there's a third Expandablast. It's a testament to its time. Old school modding, and yet this is something that, this breathes new life into this blaster. I've seen one other modification of this thing pretty much ever, and it was like, oh, they put a hopper on it. Oh, that's great. But an auto breach, that's darn cool. I can't state enough how cool that is to me. And it's a shame that it happened to destroy itself on camera, but at least we got it on camera. And hopefully this will motivate you to finish this thing up and bring it in to almost a decade later.
Yeah, bring it back to life.
Even though, again, the whole concept of this auto breach is entirely unique from what I've seen to this blaster. Although I'm sure we'll get some Nerf Haven fanboy. It's like, nah, Master Sergeant 417 did that in 2006.
Nope, it was me.
Oh, I'm Master Sergeant 417. I don't even remember what I said. One last thing. There is, of course, a dart holder on the side of it, which is from the Firefly. Thank you.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add about this magnificent beast?
I did it pretty much all by hand and cutting tools. So back then I didn't have any kind of power tools. So it was a very intensified labor of love.
Do you think this is a really hard modification to do? Do you think somebody out there with an Expandablast could do something like this?
Now, it would be a lot easier because of the tools and the knowledge. But back then, the spring load in here, I was telling people, the first thing I did when I first cocked this thing in to do the auto breach.
Just tell me you shot the barrel
It
at someone.
shot the barrel straight across the room. So I had to do several spring loads to get it just right. So usually what it does is it pops out. If you see, it pops out just that much. If you get up there, it just pops out just enough to open it up. I don't know if you see that or not. But.
That's so cool.
So yeah, and it's designed for step. But you can shoot regular out of it.
Let me know what you think about this beautiful blaster down in the comment section below. I absolutely adore it because it looks like the coolest sniper rifle that has ever existed. You've outdone yourself on this. This guy's got absolutely everything. Even my Radical Air Warriors, the Force, which I thought was so freaking unique. He's like, oh yeah, I've got 2 of them in my garage. What the heck ever. I'm Walcom S7.
And I am the Nerf Curator.
He'll keep the light on for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. And of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different one.